Well, the conference finals are over, and it's time for the Stanley Cup finals. It's that time of year again. Well, this time, St. Louis and Boston will duel it out for the Cup. Now, St. Louis Blues, they're very much a Cinderella story this year. At the start of January in the regular season, they were last in the NHL, and I thought they were basically dumpster fire this year. But they clawed back at the hands of Craig Berube and Jordan Binnington, the stars of the show, I suppose, along with a lot of other factors. The Boston Bruins, I know how much they are hated by the hockey community. And for good reason. I don't like them either. But let's talk facts and not opinions. Facts are what triumphs opinions, unfortunately. As much as I want the Blues to win, that might not happen. Now, I'll talk about my prediction at the end of the video, but for now, let's talk about how these teams stack up against each other. So obviously the Bruins have home ice advantage, as they have had for, I believe, all 4 series so far. They beat the Maple Leafs in 7 games, the Blue Jackets in 6 games, and the Carolina Hurricanes in a sweep, which means they will get 11 days of rest. And you know how that rest has impacted teams like Columbus and like Carolina. Those teams both lost. We'll see how that plays into this matchup. The Blues, 45-28-9, as we all know, defeated the Jets in 6 games, the Stars in 7, and the Sharks most recently in 6 games. They will have a 6-day rest. So not as much rest, but rest can very well play into this. Goal differential is much higher for the Bruins. 57 goals for, 33 goals against. You can credit Rask for his good play. Maybe that's why that goals against number is so low. The Blues, they still have a +9 differential. It's still not bad. 57 goals for, 48 goals against in 19 games. Okay. Now, the points leaders, we have Brad Marchand with 18 points, Pasternak 15 points. He's starting to find his stride again. Krejci 14, Bergeron 8 goals, 13 points. Coyle, pretty good playoff run for him so far. 6 goals, 6 assists for 12 points. Torrey Krug, as always, 12 points. Johansson, 9 points. Of course, we have other big names like Zdeno Chara, McAvoy. Those are some good players. Zdeno Chara, we don't know if he'll be back for game 1. I assume he will be back for game 1, but as we know, he didn't play in game 4 against the Hurricanes, so we'll keep an eye out on him. For the Blues, Jaden Schwartz, 12 goals this playoff run. 16 points. He has 2 hat tricks. Very, very important hat tricks in pivotal games. Not just pointless hat tricks, but he got the hat tricks when his team needed a goal explosion. And he definitely provided that for St. Louis. Ryan O'Reilly, their face-off man, he has 14 points. Perron, 13 points. Tarasenko, he's been a little quiet, but he has picked it up a little bit more. 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points. Pietrangelo, 13 points. Parayko, 11 points. Bozak, 10 points. Goalies, one of the biggest stories for the Bruins. Tuukka Rask, just amazing in round 3 against the Hurricanes. That's one of the big reasons why they swept the Canes. The Canes, they were pretty good on pressure, but they just couldn't solve Tuukka Rask. He's 12-5. He's only allowed 32 goals in the playoffs. 1.84 goals against average. 942 save percentage. He will definitely win the Conn Smythe if the Bruins win the Cup. I don't see anybody more important than Tuukka Rask in this playoff run. Of course, they have Halak as backup as well. The Blues, Jordan Binnington. How will he stack up against Tuukka Rask? This might be a goaltender's duel. He's 12-7. He's allowed 46 goals in this playoff run. 2.36 goals against average. 914 save percentage. He really picks it up in games 5, 6, and 7. He is under 2 goals against average in those last 3 games of every series. However, he does seem to struggle in the first 4 games of every series. He has a 3.07 goals against average and a save percentage under 900. So, Binnington has had his struggles early in each series, but he has found a way to lead the Blues to the final. He's probably a front runner for the Conn Smythe as well if the Blues win the Stanley Cup. Of course, I think Jaden Schwartz might have a chance as well because he has the 2 hat tricks. Now, special teams is where the Bruins really take off. Because the Bruins, they have 34% on the power play. And that's big. Because even though the Blues have definitely improved in their power play in their last few games, they still need to step it up. Because the Bruins also have a very excellent penalty kill at 86.3%. The Blues have to step up their penalty kill. They're at 78. So, the Bruins are lethal on their special teams. While the Blues, they've stumbled in here with somewhat of a lackluster special teams. But that's alright, they're still here. Season series, that was tied 1-1. Bruins outscored the Blues 6-4. Okay, so more information for you right now. This is a rematch of the 1970 Stanley Cup Finals, where Boston swept the Blues and Bobby Orr got that signature diving goal celebration thing. So, you do the math. The Blues have their first finals appearance in 49 years. They haven't made the Stanley Cup Finals since 1970. The Bruins made it in 2013 and lost to the Blackhawks, I believe. Okay, so now to my prediction. I predict that, I know I hate the Bruins so much, but looking at all the stats, I predict that the Boston Bruins will take this, unfortunately, in 6 games. Why? They have a much better power play. Goal differential, so basically Tuukka Rask is still in the show. Goaltender's duel between Rask and Binnington. I really have to say that Rask has the edge. Bruins, they're better in face-offs as well. Shots, the Blues are a little bit more stingy in allowing shots, but Bruins, they shoot quite a bit as well. The Blues, they shoot decently, 30.9 shots per game against 28.4 shots against. Bruins, 33.6 shots per game and 32.4 shots against per game. Now, hate me all you want. I know. I hate the Bruins too. But I really haven't understood why the Bruins are hated so much by the fans. I mean, hockey fans, not Bruins fans obviously, but hockey fans in general hate Boston. And of course, as a Canucks fan, I have to hate Boston. You guys know why. But looking at this on paper, Bruins look to be the better team. If San Jose was here instead of the Blues, I would have said Bruins in 5. So, credit St. Louis where credit is due. They might have a chance. It's going to be a close one, guys. Game 1 will be on Monday, May 27th at 5 p.m. Pacific Time in Boston, TD Garden. It's going to be a great time. Well, that's basically going to be it for my preview. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you did. Leave your comments, leave your insights, leave your debates in the comments section below. Please, referees, be good to the Blues and to the Bruins in this Stanley Cup final. Don't make trashy calls like the hand pass, the puck in the netting, all of those garbage plays. Refs, do your job, please. I beg of you. And we'll see what happens in this series. It's going to be close. And that's going to wrap it up. So, we'll see you later.